Hi, I'm a newborn photographer. I've been a photographer for a long, long time, about 20 years. I just thought it'd be nice. I'm always being asked if I do training, um, and I just don't have time, and I just really like doing what I'm doing, but I thought it'd be quite nice to do something. Um, this setup, I had a baby in, and she slept like an absolute dream, and the family decided that they'd like we'd do some more setups while they were here, and they chose this basket, and I've actually got it set up. I've actually got the basket already, and it's got little red berries on top, and it's Christmassy, and it just didn't suit what the little girl was wearing at the time for the pose that we were doing, and it just doesn't match. So basically, I've reshot it, and I thought it'd be quite nice. It's in to leave the image in Dropbox and just do a quick tutorial for people who aren't familiar with doing things like composites. So basically, this is the image, and it's just a JPEG. A lot of the time when you get overlays, they sometimes they come as PNG files, and you can just drag and drop them in. So basically, you can just drag and drop this image in from your folder, or you can open it up and drop it into, obviously I've already got it open. I've opened it from Lightroom and opened it across. I'm going to copy the image now. So go to edit and copy, and then I'm going to paste it into my baby image, and the baby is way too big for the basket at the moment, and it obviously needs to be blended in. So I'm going to go up to the top again in Photoshop, edit, paste. Oh, whoops, and it hasn't done it. And if the file's different size, my files are quite large, so you might have to go to edit and then transform to make it the right size. My files are quite large because I've got a D800. Then you go on to your picture of your baby, and you have to double click on it if it's a black background layer, so you can actually swap them over. So your baby is on top, and it's quite easy. This is like a creamy colour. I'll just turn the baby off. Nice creamy colour rug here. So if you can find something similar, a sort of faux fur, creamy white colour, it's so much easier to blend it into something that if you've shot the baby on the same thing, you click onto the baby layer and actually in that box, and then you come up to here, which is your magic wand tool. But if you right click on it, you can change it. I'm pressing Alt at the moment because I'm on a Mac. And if you go to here at the top where the plus is, that will actually pick out bits of baby. What you don't want to do, where I'm just going to make my brush a little bit bigger so hopefully you can see it, around these bits where you've got lots of wispy hair, and there are lots and lots of tutorials on YouTube about using the Refine Edge tool, and in particular hair, it's absolutely brilliant, this tool. I'm going to make it slightly smaller. I'm going to, so with my plus tool, I'm going to pick the baby out, and this is a reasonably easy image to do with this tool because there's some real differences in the contrast and the colours. See, it's struggling there a little bit where it's slightly darker and it's blending in, but it doesn't matter too much because I know it's going to fit onto my blanket okay. Sometimes you have to go back in. At the top here, there's some little white bits where the light's shining through baby's hair, and you actually want those wispy hairs. We've missed a bit here, so if you've got lots of bits where it's selected the wispy bits of hair, you can use your minus tool to minus it out back into there. I'm just going to bring those bits in with a plus. And I'm quite happy with that selection. There's a little bit there I've missed, but we'll get that in a minute. And then you click at the bottom on the Add Layer Mask, and you can see baby doesn't fit at all into that basket. So I'm going to go up to Edit, Free Transform, and click on this little lock thing at the top, and then you can resize it. If you don't lock that, you can distort baby, which you really don't want to do. So if you forget to click it, just click on it and it takes baby back to its correct proportions. And then I'm going to drop her into here, just turn it around slightly, and this basket actually is babies are about that size in this basket. Should be up just a little bit, and I obviously need to do some colour work on the baby. She's a bit blue magenta at the moment, and she just doesn't quite blend into this image, so we'll sort that out in a minute. That's it, about there. If your baby isn't quite so curvy in the pose, I know this will work because I've shot it on the same fur, so I can blend it in quite easily and it will work. Sometimes you have to go to liquefy or perspective warp and just warp them a little bit on the back, and just pull them down a little bit to make them a little bit more curved. Once you're happy with it, if you click on the sidebar and apply, and she fits in there quite lovely, and then I'm going to double click on the layer mask and it opens up the Refine Edge tool. This top one is the brush we just used, the plus and minus where you can select around the image. This is the Refine Edge tool, and it's on about 60, so it's about the right size anyway. If you need to make the brush bigger or smaller, you use your brackets up or down to make it bigger, just as a shortcut. And then you click round, or just drag your mouse around the shape. Oh, and up in this top bit, at the moment I'm using